Hey guys, welcome to Picksburgh. This is Anthony. Thanks so much for joining us for ECOM and Beyond, the best morning show on the YouTubes. Really appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. With me as always, I have my co-host, Nate. Every day I'm hustling. I also got Tommy 2.0.
What up?
Yeah, the trio is back together today, guys. Excited about it.
For sure. Show some excitement, Nate.
What's that?
Show some excitement.
Oh, I was just looking at something real quick. That's excitement. Sorry.
Come on, Nate, jump up and down. Give us the yippee.
When we do backflips, cartwheels, I can do it.
I just realized I forgot half the stuff I needed. Well, not needed, but my drink and all kinds of stuff upstairs.
Wow.
So I was trying to get all my orders done and packed before the show, which I failed to do. I scheduled a pickup, and it's basically for whenever the mailman does his normal route. He normally doesn't come till the afternoon, between 1 and 3, but I've seen him come as early as 10:30. So I was trying to get everything done and ready. So that way, if he did show up, I could just be like, boom, here's a couple IKEA bags, put it in your truck, give me my bags back, type thing. But
I got a question for you about the pickups. Because I hate the pickups because I like the scan receipt in my hand.
Yeah.
But now we're supposed to be going on the not a lockdown, not a safe in place order, but a stay at home order, which is really no different than what
we're under that as well.
We've had over the last 2 weeks, other than they're ordering a few more non-essential businesses to close down.
Yeah.
And they're giving people those work passes or whatever. So how does that work? Now I would imagine that we'd be considered non-essential business, but we don't have to shut down because we're online and whatever.
Yeah.
But now, is my travel to the post office considered non-essential?
Basically.
I would consider that, yeah. Now, from what I understand in Pennsylvania, we're free to leave our house for exercise, for emergency, and for food. So, really, you could just make the post office part of that.
That's what I was thinking.
It's part of my exercise routine. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of swinging by, or this is me running out to, get some food for the house or something like that.
Buy a loaf of bread every day.
But I talked to my post office yesterday, and they told me that if anything, the only thing they can foresee closing is the lobby, which would be kind of where we go to drop off stuff. So they said as of right now, they're not planning to even do that, but they are telling people that come in with a lot of stuff to be prepared to at least go online and schedule pickups. So I already had it scheduled because I scheduled one yesterday. So
see, I don't ever do our post office runs. Destiny always does them, but she said now they have a black piece of duct tape back up that you're supposed to stand so far from the counter and reach your packages.
Yeah. So they, at my post office, they have these signs posted literally every 6 feet that you're supposed to stay within 6 feet of everybody within the line. So it was so weird, man. The line for the thing did this big S shape just so there'd be 6 feet in between every person. But yeah, it was interesting.
Moronic Pass, he's in Illinois. They're on lockdown. I know they're on lockdown. I know a lot of them are running up to the northern parts of Wisconsin. We got more Illinois plates up here right now than I've seen in a long time. But he says they don't need any special permit to go to the post office, and they're on a lockdown order.
Yeah, imagine.
I just like my scan receipt, man. 2 times I tried to do a pickup, and both times a package went missing.
That sucks. Yeah, I normally like getting that scan receipt too, but then honestly, I get it and I just throw it away. So it's is there value for me in that? I don't know.
That's why I always just let them. I hold my packages in my house, and then when they get here, I'm watching them pick up my packages, and I make sure that they scan them. You know what I mean? If you leave them out on your porch or in your mailbox, then, you know, you're at free reign of the person picking up to do their job right or do it at the post office, hopefully. But if not, then, you know, who knows what's going to happen. But with me handing my stuff over, because you can put in there and please knock, you know, have tons of packages, don't leave them out. You know, they'll knock and then I hand them over and then they just boop, 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 and scan. And usually, like, if I had set a pickup for yesterday, for example, I had probably like 45 things going out. You know, they would have sent a special vehicle just for my stuff versus just having it picked up during regular mail. So that's why it's important to kind of give, even if it's not a full to the T amount that you have, give a good indication of what they're coming to pick up. Is it 10? Is it 20? Are you selling a lot? So it's like, okay, well, I got, like, say, 50 items at 50, 60 pounds or 200 pounds. So they can just, okay, well, we're going to have to send a special driver to pick up that stuff versus the regular mail guy. So,
I actually put specific directions for my pickup. I said, please knock loudly because I work in the basement. You know what I mean? So that way, when I don't even have to leave stuff out. You know what I mean? Because I've said it several times. I live in the hood. So for me to just leave, you know, hundreds of dollars worth of stuff on my porch, like I don't always feel comfortable with that. Normally, if I can get stuff to fit in my mailbox, I'll leave stuff outside, you know, so I don't have to run to the post office. But if it doesn't fit in my mailbox, like today, like there's probably going to be 2 IKEA bags worth of stuff going out. So I don't want to just leave 2 IKEA bags worth of stuff sitting on my porch, especially when I live on a busy hill. You know what I mean? Like, it's all I need for somebody to pull over, you know, and grab that stuff and, you know, run off with it.
Right. So you gotta get one of these. So like this is my front camera.
Yeah.
And anytime something comes in front of the sidewalk here within this area, I got it set up with motion sensors where it'll bling. It goes to my phone. It goes to Destiny's phone. It comes on my computer. I get an email and it goes to my tablet and takes a 15-second recorded video.
Nice.
So, I mean, no matter where I am, because my phone's always with me, no matter where I am, even if I'm out and about, you know, somebody comes up to my right anywhere off that main sidewalk.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I need to. I think that's what I'm going to eventually get, because I've been really thinking about what I can. You know, since Mercari's been doing this thing where you earn basically credit off for listing, I've been trying to consider, because I have a $20 thing off, but I have to spend $100. So for me, if I'm spending $100, I want to get something that I can put into the business. So the next thing I've been thinking about getting is one of those Ring doorbells. So I think I may get that this upcoming month once my Mercari credit hits.
Yeah, if you don't get a, you know, like we have a complete surveillance system, but I would say if you don't want to go to that extent, the Ring doorbells are pretty cool. Yeah, I would suggest one of those.
I got my Rollo coming in. They just sent it, and because they sent out late, they gave me a $15 credit as well. So that was cool.
Right.
I ordered directly from Rollo, but the thing that's funny, it says the shipper was Amazon, so they must did like where you actually can send a package from Amazon's website or Amazon's warehouse to the customer. So that's what they probably did.
Nice. I want to take a minute. We're about 10 minutes into the show, but I haven't had a chance to greet anybody that's here yet. So I want to do that just so everybody feels welcome. Nate, the points today go to Sandollar for being here first. Little broski action. Thanks for being here, Ray. I definitely appreciate it. We got Dana in the Heezy Faux Sheezy. Good morning to you, Dana. We got Amy, the hot mess thrifter, in the house. What is going on? Got a little land shark picker action. What's up, Craig? You see who's in the chat right here? We got Larry Flippin Lafferty, the best mustache in the entire resale game. Boom, 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 boom. Larry Lafferty has entered the room. Got Ciosa Sales. What's going on, Ciosa? Good to see you. Justin Jacobs, good morning, my man. Glad that you're here. Just Me Kathy, my favorite dumpster diver. Good to see you, Kathy. Got Michelle Lathan in the house. Good to see you, Michelle. Good morning. No Money G. What up, Greg? West Max Gary, man, you're up early today over on the West Coast. What's going on, my man? Get to come out and see that 2.0 action. Got Never Ending Saga in the house. What's going on? Rev Resale. What's up, bud? Good to see you. Yeah, dude, I don't know if you saw Rev's video, man, but he's been pulling all kinds of Zions lately, man.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch it.
Making that money. I went to Walmart yesterday, and I got another pack of cards. I got this. It's Prestige, but this is 17-18. So I guess I'm gonna try to find a Jason Tatum rookie in there. They didn't have. There's like I haven't been able to find like 2019, 2020 basketball like anywhere. Probably because everybody's like making that money off that Zion.
I think once they get to a certain point for the season or whatever, they just kind of throw it on clearance and try to move it out, and then get the new ones coming in.
Got DC Sells, the master of the license plate, with us. Good morning. The Junking Data Girl. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. I agree. Gary says, got the crew back in action. Good to see all three of us on the panel. Shane M's in the house. What's going on, Shane? Good morning. Got Dad's Vintage Garage. What's up, John? All the way from Virginia. Moronic Pest. Good morning to you. Got Cajun Reseller. Good morning, my man. Glad that you're able to make it. Watch out, we'll just like jump 10 minutes in the future. Good morning to Georgina Jill. Appreciate you being here, Georgina. Lisa C., good morning. If I missed anybody, feel free to say hello. I'm trying to go back through the chat here. We got Tracy Peas Flips in the house. Good to see you, man. Christina Moore, thanks for being here. Mike McCluskey, good to see you, man. Lisa in the house, Siosa Sales. Glad you're here. Gate City Pickers in the house. What's going on, Paul? Reseller man, what is up? Uncle B's in the house. Little Bunny Foo Foo. What's up, Jacob? Glad you're here, man. And again, if I miss anybody, just feel free to yell at me. My chat's jumping around a little too frequently. So, but yeah, the topic today, guys, is Mercari. Let's talk about it. You know, it's definitely one of the things that I've been wanting to do on the morning show is bring awareness to different platforms and kind of talk about them for those that may not be on that platform, that may be on the fence of using the platform. You may already be on the platform. Maybe you can add some knowledge that I don't yet have on the platform. And I definitely wanted Tommy on for this topic because he's the one that got me on Mercari last year whenever I first started using it. And it's become a really solid number 2 platform for me. So I've been really enjoying a lot of the upgrades that they've done over there, a lot of the listing challenges and stuff like that. So, and I know Nate's on Mercari too. He's newer to it, especially now that he's converting to the VENDOO crew, to VENDOOism, I guess you would call that, right, Nate?
We're on the fence on VENDOO too. But yeah, I started cross-listing, bring more attention to my items. Had a couple sales already, but I like a lot of what they're doing. The listing challenges are awesome for everyone.
Yep.
I think it's a real clean, easy system. I like the being able to message the buyer, like how the chat dialogue is and everything. It's almost like a like a Facebook message
Yeah.
versus like, some big bulky email thing like eBay has. It's just really smooth and works really good. I really like it. The fees are 10% flat.
Yep.
No money on my shipping. They're not charging more shipping to the customer. And the shipping on like some bigger, bulkier items isn't bad. Like,
Right.
I haven't seen anything above $9, like flat ship. You know what I mean? No matter where it's going, it's $9. I have everything plus shipping on mine. So, for that reason, because I don't want to have to worry about where it's going, how much it's going to be. So I just kind of do the safe way and just add the shipping on top. I like the promotions. The only thing I don't like is you can only set so many promotions per month. Not per month, per day.
Yeah,
Or
what is
what-
it, 12-hour period or something?
I think
Or
I was doing. I think it was 10 for 24 hours. I think
something like that.
yeah, something like that. That's the only thing I could say is bad about it, or I don't like about it, and the money getting paid possibly say a week after the sale. That is the only other downfall, but we are getting closer and closer to managed payments on eBay too, so it's kind of going to be on the same path for the most part.
Yeah. The nice thing I like is even if you have to wait to get your money with Mercari, at least the shipping is accounted for. You know what I mean? Like, you can charge shipping and you'll just get a label to print out. You know what I mean? Emailed to you. So, for example, with eBay, if you don't have a lot of cash on hand, or you don't have a, company credit card or whatever to cover shipping expenses while you wait for your payouts, that can get a little bit hairy. The nice thing about Mercari is it's super easy to account for shipping, and especially if you're new to shipping. Right, because that's one of the biggest mistakes that everybody makes on eBay and everything, is when you're new to shipping things, you can often kind of screw yourself up with dimensions and weights and stuff like that. The nice thing with Mercari is, as long as you're plugging that stuff in, you can just opt to have them send you the labels. You don't even have to worry about going to get it yourself. So I know a lot of newer sellers that have really done a lot better with Mercari, because it's pretty much simplified. Are they perfect? No, but no platform is. I feel like they're getting better and better. One thing that Dana said is they are advertising a lot now, which is fantastic because it's bringing new eyes to the platform. Even Uncle B said it puts a lot of new eyes on your stuff, a lot of window shoppers and stuff like that. But what I've noticed is it's been such a influx of business on certain categories for me. You know what I mean? As far as increasing sales, like toys and stuff have just been phenomenal on Mercari for me. They haven't been terrible on eBay, but Mercari's been like that platform that like gets rid of all of like the stuff that doesn't sell for me on eBay. So I've been super, super happy in that category.
But one of the things that I do like about Mercari, when you're talking about the payments, is you do have to wait. You don't get the money instantly. I've had pretty good luck. I would say 80-90% of the people that buy from me on Mercari rate me within the first day of receiving it. Most of them do, but even if not, you got to wait that extra 3 days or whatever. But what I like is, once you get your money from Mercari, it's your money. It's done deal. You don't have to worry about them coming back on eBay 30-60 days later, or filing something on PayPal 6 months later. It's done. It's yours, and there's no worries,
D saying, can you send photos to buyers yet? What do you mean? What do you mean by photos to buyers? Like, as far as, because
I think you can send attachments.
oh, Mac, Nate's coming for that number.
No, I don't know if you can. Let me see.
I'm Batman. He's MacMan. I'm Batman.
Wouldn't that be cool if Batman actually did have like a long flowing beard like that?
I'm the most epic Batman because of my beard.
Beard
Beard man. Hear me roar.
Oh no, it's gone. I don't know why every once in a while it would fall off and I gotta put it back on. Oh, there it goes. Let me see if I can send a picture.
I don't know the answer to that question, D. If you could send photos of beard yet.
No, you can't.
No.
No. So the only thing that you could
Mac
Could
got
do-
a better voice, he says.
yeah.
Let's put it to chat to decide. This is going to be a ECOM and Beyond edition of Who Wore It Better. Would you say it's Nate right here as Beard Man?
Beard man.
Put a number 1 for Beard Man,
You know it.
or you can put a number 2. Who wore it better, guys?
Never fear. The beard is here.
Or you could, if you don't like Who Wore It Better, you could put a Would You Rather. You had to have one of these caped crusaders come and lay big smooch on you. Would you rather be Beard Man, or would you rather be
Who wants to be my Robin?
let's see who the chat likes better. 1, beards win all day. Reseller Man voting for the beard. Shane voting for
Ah, ooh.
West Max Gary voting for the beard. Oh, that makes a lot of sense, D. She says, that's why I don't sell Mercari. I send images to buyers of their tag design for approval. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense for what your line of business is making sure that stuff like that is taken care of. And that's a very specific niche that I would love to see Mercari actually incorporate that kind of stuff as well. The nice thing about Mercari is they're open to doing stuff like that as far as incorporating stuff. Like I've sent them several emails, basically asking for different upgrades and stuff, and they've eventually done it.
Yeah, them not having multi-quantity, and if you're doing
Multi-quantity is what chaps my butt.
yeah, and not having like these saying like being able to do like a custom image. But the thing that you could do is you can have a couple different images there and then save one slot for that buyer you're talking to.
Yeah.
Say, look at the last photo, this would what yours would look like.
Yep.
And then you could actually get their approval on that last image, save that last spot. So I think you could do 5 photos, I'm pretty sure, or something like that. So just save a couple.
I'm pretty sure you can have up to 12 photos on Mercari.
Oh, well then, yeah. I mean, you could definitely save a few, a few different things like that at the end and be like, look at the end photo. That's your exact one that you would be getting.
Yeah, I mean, there's ways around it. Like even for multi-quantity, I'll put in my listing, multi-quantities available on the item, if I have multi-quantities available. And typically if somebody would message me like, hey, I want like 4 of those figures, then I would just create a new listing like specifically for whatever their username is. And, I'd be like, this is, a lot for, every day I'm hustling 1, 2, 3 or whatever, you know what I mean? And
no, what I meant is like keep the same listing. Like a person wants
yeah, I know what you mean. And then just add pictures to it.
Yeah.
Which then be like, hey, I just added, this to it so you can go and approve it. Yeah, so there's definitely ways around it.
Yep, just keep updating, like, or have each design, and then when you're talking to the buyer, take that design out that they want, put their name in, and be like, this is what yours would be.
Yeah. So one thing I'm curious about, because Tommy has been on Mercari longer than like any of us, like at least on the panel, probably longer than a lot of people even in chat. What was the thing that first drew you to Mercari, Tommy?
The simplicity of cross posting.
Uh-huh.
You know, I mean, was doing it manually. In fact, I'm doing it manually right now instead of paying for the VENDOO service, because Destiny basically does the cross posting, and if Destiny can do it, it's easy. You know? And it was the simplicity. So I figured, you know, the 30 seconds it takes to cross post, why not get it out in front of more eyes? And then, like, immediately I started having sales on things on Mercari that I wasn't having on eBay.
Yeah.
So, and I think, you know, with the stuff that I sell, for a majority of the stuff I sell, eBay is good, you know, because they're pre-owned, usually older collectible or vintage items, which does well on eBay, but don't do so well on Mercari. When I come across the newer things, as you said, like toys or things that are trending now, I do way better on Mercari than I do eBay. So I believe there's a different age bracket that primarily shops on eBay. I think it's a younger age bracket on Mercari, and this way I'm able to target both.
Yeah, I've noticed the same thing. It's a lot younger of a demo over on Mercari. Uncle B says, I think early on Mercari was trying to avoid businesses from selling on their app. Is that still the case? Maybe that's why they don't offer some of those features. I'm not sure if that's still the case. I mean, in my opinion, it doesn't make sense to limit businesses from selling on the app, because that's less money they make. You know what I mean? Because they're getting a 10% cut of every sale on the platform. You think they would want as many sales as possible, but
I do know in the beginning they did state that they weren't a business platform. They weren't trying to bring in the professional seller on their platform, because they didn't want to deal with the whole taxing and the 1099 issuance and all of that. So they were trying to keep it simple. But I think now, as they're seeing their potential, they're becoming more lenient with it. And now they're probably starting to realize, hey, it's worth doing the extra work because we can make all this exorbitant amount of extra money by these sellers on there.
Yeah, like with them also, like there's a lot of coding that goes in to be able to do different features, like add attachments or add this, add that. Some, you know, the more that you're putting into the app early on is the more expensive just to get up and running. So they just wanted to get up and running, feel like a bare bone thing, and then fill out what people want as sellers, as buyers, try and customize it to make it, you know, very smooth like it is. And, you know, they can always add to it. You know, it's not like eBay where it's the coding is so, you know, it's like pulling like a strand of lights out of your Christmas lights, and it's just tangled to, you know, all crazy, and you have to go through it and fix it. You know, you get untangled and then something else gets caught in another set or something like that. So it's kind of like how eBay it is. So they're trying to keep it, so they're just adding on, throwing it on, putting more money into investing it, making it better, and also customizing it for the buyer. I think that's something, and the buyer and the seller. So it's both very simple and easy to just conduct business on your phone. You know, and I like that too. It's all on the phone mostly, versus, you know, on the desktop or whatever. I mean, I still can list the VENDOO, of course, you know, cross posting and stuff like that, but it's very, very, very nice on the phone.
Yeah, for sure. And
like eBay, like the app is a little bit more of a pain in the butt. You know, the desktop is better, I would say, on the eBay. I mean, that's my opinion versus.
Yeah,
you
know, I find the eBay app a bit clunky.
Yeah.
Because Mercari's real streamlined. Boom, 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 done.
Yeah. Right. I really like that they've given you the ability now to key in like the item you're searching for, like if you're cross posting stuff. Because when they first started, they didn't give you the ability. You had to like literally go through every single item on your list to try to find an item if it's sold like on eBay or something like that to remove it from Mercari. Now you can like literally just go, you know, if it's Wii game, you can literally just type in Wii and boom, all your Wii stuff comes up, and you can just delete it easy that way. So I haven't done that.
That has made it a bunch easier when you're cross-posting between multiple platforms to go in and delete your item when it sells elsewhere.
Yep. So Dino Mac wants to know, can PayPal be used to deposit funds earned on Mercari? Honestly, I'm not sure. I've never tried to deposit it to PayPal. I would assume that if you can get like a routing number and whatever, like you would with a bank account.
I can answer that.
Okay.
Okay. The only way you can deposit funds from Mercari to PayPal is through the PayPal debit card. But but it'll only work if you have a PayPal personal account.
Right.
It will not work with a PayPal business account.
Yeah. With the business, you don't have a routing number or whatever.
Right. It won't accept the PayPal business debit card. It'll say it's an invalid number. But if you have the PayPal personal account, then yes, you can just do the debit transfer, the instant payment through the PayPal debit card, and it'll go in there.
That makes sense. Yeah. I just always have my stuff. I either will use the balance to like buy stuff, or I'll use, the balance and just send it to my business account.
Yeah, that's what I do. I let it build up a little bit and either spend it within Mercari or transfer it to the business bank account.
Okay. And Junking Data Girl says that you can also get the PayPal prepaid card and you'll get a routing number. So that's good to know.
Yeah, as long as it's not the business one, you're golden. Because I have both.
Gotcha. Yeah, I have mine under a business account, so I know I couldn't do that. But I mean, I would assume anytime you have like a routing number and that kind of information, you can probably tie it in. So, but yeah, it is confusing, just like Tracy says. Yeah, it's confusing to me too. That's why I just send it all to my business bank account. Nice. Brittany says she wants to thank us for the PlayStation 2 Slim help. It was listed and sold yesterday. Awesome.
Nice.
Make that money, Brittany.
You got them brands.
Sony is just one of many brands that Brittany has. So is there anybody in the chat that hasn't used Mercari, and what would be the reasons you haven't used it? Like, I'd be curious to know, what are some of the hurdles that have kept you from at least looking into the platform, whether it's as a buyer, seller, whatever. The nice thing about Mercari is just so easy to take something from eBay and put it on Mercari. It's so easy, even without like VENDOO and all the cross posting platforms and stuff like that. It's very easy to cross post. I mean, it's so much easier even with a VENDOO. You know what I mean? But being able to do it like by yourself, like even on your phone, it's reasonably quick. I definitely think it's worth it. I think I would be. I mean, I don't want to say I'd be comfortable if Mercari, like if there was no eBay, make Mercari my primary platform, but I think I would do just as well just on Mercari as I would on eBay, just with the type of stuff I like to sell. Yeah, I'm still wanting to get into the Bonanza too, because I've heard it's just super easy to take everything you have over on eBay like over to Bonanza. So I've been wanting to give that one a try, and I know that I've heard. Somebody just make a sale?
No, that was just a question.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I've shipped with OfferUp before. I liked it. Worked out good. Shipping was really cheap. I shipped a big power tool, like a power saw or something, like a table power saw or something. Heavy, huge. It would have cost like $40 to ship anywhere, basically, except for NPA. And I think it only cost $9.99 on OfferUp, but that was 2018, around Christmas time or right after Christmas, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
that might change the shipping, but it was pretty awesome on there as well.
Nice.
What's up, Cliff?
Justin says he hasn't had very much luck. He got motivated from us a while back and listed like 30 items and only had 5 or 6 sales in 6 months or so. Yeah, it all depends. Like I notice whenever I have a lot of VENDOO listings in the beginning of the month, I do a lot more sales on Mercari. I kind of notice that it's similar to eBay in the sense that activity matters. The more I'm posting on Mercari, the more I do well with sales. I've also noticed that doing the whole promoting and stuff like that makes a difference as well. So I'll use that a lot too, like going and doing the private offers or just promoting stuff and dropping the price a little bit. That tends to help as well as far as making them sales.
I usually wait till I have at least 3 to 5 likes on an item, and then I'll do the offer, and it works out pretty well.
Yeah. Uncle B was asking, why doesn't VENDOO have an action figure category? I was actually talking with Ben, one of the guys from VENDOO, trying to schedule them to come on the morning show, and they were going to come on the end of this month. That was before this pandemic thing kind of went off. And the reason they wanted to come towards the end of the month is because they were getting ready to make updates to the categories to stuff like that. So it's in the works. They're going to be having a lot better categorization on VENDOO. I'm assuming it's probably just like the pandemic that's slowed that from release. Let's see. Gary says, have you guys ever had a problem with your items selling at the same time on both platforms? Yeah, I've had that happen only one time where I haven't had a chance to get back to it. And then for me, it was just a matter of, okay, well, can I get that drop shipped to them? You know what I mean? Like, can I get on Amazon or eBay, or can I find something that's at least the same price? You know what I mean? If I'm losing money on it, normally I'll just cancel one or the other. But yeah, I've only had that happen once out of the, probably hundreds of times I've, sold stuff cross-posted. Either of you guys had that issue?
No, I can't say that I have.
Moronic Pest is saying, like right now, eBay has offered 50,000 free listings through the end of April. So lots to do there again. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, they want you racking up them fees.
Okay, so Crystal's saying that I'll get better sound out of the mic if I point it straight up, or just like that. Is that how you would do it, Crystal? Yeah, I'm still like new to this whole having decent sound quality game. Yeah, I fully get this. Matt's saying he has 15 items listed in Mercari. He doesn't like having to wait for your money, but he gets it. Yeah, that's one of the other things that kind of sucks about Mercari is you have to wait until the person gets your item and rates you, or till 3 days after they've received your item to get paid. That's one of the other downfalls that I've noticed. So this was a question for Matt, I believe, but I think it's a good question for pretty much any of us too. Marie's asking, how long do you hold money in case you get a return on eBay? I think that could be different for all of us. I typically don't like my PayPal account to go under $100. You know what I mean? Because you never know what's going to happen.
Right.
So I typically try to keep at least $100 minimum in my PayPal account at all times, because I never know when something's going to need to come out of that, and I don't want money coming out of my personal bank account, because if we're not prepared for it, it could overdraft us. So I typically keep $100 in PayPal at all times, just in case of whatever happening. You know what I mean? So That's what I do. What do you guys typically do?
I drain mine. Mine's 0 all times. I transferred all to my PayPal card.
So what do you do in case of a return?
I just give them the money back. I have it linked to all my credit cards or my business cards, so
Gotcha.
it just will come out of there. That's all.
Yeah.
You know how I source, so I'm a source down hard most of the time or whatever. But I mean, I don't sell a lot on eBay too, so if I get a return, and it's usually once in a blue moon or whatever, and it's it's not going to be for a whole lot of money. So
Yeah.
if I don't have 20, 30 bucks in my account, then I'm really in trouble.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Antonelli's in the house. What's going on, Paul? Good to see you, my man.
So Paul.
Yeah, and Wendy says when eBay moves to manage payments, we'll have to start waiting for our money then too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's more or less why, like with Mercari, it's a pain in the butt having to wait, but at least they give you that option that if you needed it right away, that $2 fee, you get it instantly, which I've done an instant transfer before just to kind of test it out. Well, the other reason was because I didn't have my bank account information put into the direct transfer, which I just did now, and I just send something over just now, which says it takes from today, it said either the 25th to the 30th it'll take me to get that. But with my PayPal card, because I have a personal, I usually get like refunds and transfers like one day or usually instant. So I'm hoping that's the same case here. If I get it before the end of the show, I'll let you guys know so you have a good idea. But so far, it hasn't swung around yet.
So if Marie's saying to point the mic away from me, really? I thought it was supposed to be pointed towards me. Does it sound bad? Like,
Sounds good right there, but I mean, I don't know the difference for how you have it, set.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about those.
For how my mic's set up, the control button where you spin it or whatever,
yeah,
it's facing me, and it's like tilted slightly away. So I'm guessing, that's kind of how they want it because that's just how it's situated with the stand I have. So if you have it like basically straight up, but the button's facing you, that's probably the best way you want to do it.
So like this, like away from me.
Yeah, like that.
Okay. That's weird, but I will try it.
Yeah, it sounds better. A little better.
Okay, well, we'll keep it set up like that then. Thanks for letting me know. I definitely wouldn't have known.
I really didn't think there was much of a difference, but I'm also not a pro with the Yeti yet. We got all about the same time. And mine's set up with the arm, so it's automatically just set like that.
Yeah. Gotcha. Flippin Goodies is in the house. Hello, hello.
Having a problematic buyer today. That's why you keep hearing my phone go off.
So do you have a fire?
I said I'm having a problematic buyer. They did a return, which is no big deal. I accept returns. I give refunds when I get it back, but they sent me back an empty box.
Oh, wow. You gotta love people like that, huh?
Like, thanks for the free shipping supplies, but that ain't gonna get your money back.
Yep.
Like, you could at least send me some bubble wrap too. I mean, geez. How rude.
That is pretty rude. Hey, you wanna hold the fort down a minute? I'm gonna run upstairs and grab an ice pack real quick.
Yeah.
You got it.
Well, I'm researching this person, and I see that they make multiple claims against many different people that they bought from. Because what they were saying is the item didn't work. It was brand new, and it's stupid, man. It's a little stupid item, a little $6 item, little selfie stick, Bluetooth button, which sold pretty cheap. But it's just it's the principle of the thing, because I know they're trying to scam.
Yeah, that's the one thing that is like notorious with eBay is the scamming, you know, and I hope Mercari isn't going to be the same way either. But it also is because a lot of people do the instant return refund. You know, they just instantly, oh, there's an issue, well, I'll just refund you. And they don't want to deal with it. They just instantly give the money back. So over time, we've created monsters of the buyers that notoriously know that if I go to this seller or that seller or whatever, and they probably have like 9 or 10 different accounts, over time they're going to keep hitting you back and saying, oh, well, that item was not working or whatever the case. So no matter what it is, they have to send it back to me. You know what I mean? I don't care what it is. It could be a 200-pound electronic, whatever. Send it back. I'll check it out, because 9 out of 10 times they'll either won't send it back because I called them on their bluff, or B, there was nothing wrong with the item and they were just, you know, they're just like fishing for a discount or whatever. But there is a case that, yeah, I do make a mistake or something gets damaged on the post office.
Right.
And then I have it, take pictures and send to post office, and then I get paid that way too. So it just stinks, man. Like, shouldn't be like that. I know that happens with me with Amazon too. Like, I'll go and recall stuff that's returned, and you know, I had this Godzilla camera, and it was brand new in the box. When I sent it, they sent me back just the camera. They took the cord, they kept the box. So it was like they made it. They needed stuff for their unlisting or something,
Right.
for eBay or whatever, and they wanted to sell it new or used or whatever. And they probably gave me the broken camera or whatever and kept it, you know, my good camera. But luckily with Amazon, if they don't send everything back, then the only thing I do is call into Amazon and they reimburse me. So that's one of the reasons why FBA is the way to go sometimes with Amazon. You get more, you get a lot more seller protections than you would with FBM. With FBM, you're literally on your own, and you're either following you know, stuff with the post office or the shipper, or you're just taking the loss basically. So,
You know, I don't get too many returns, but it seems like when I do, man, it's just always ignorant people. You know, I have returns. I had a pair of jeans come back. You know, they're like, oh, they didn't fit. We sent them back. They were, you know, they were still clean. They didn't smell. Nothing was wrong. Well, refunded all their money. No big deal. But then, you know, I'll get, like, when I get these scammer ones, it's like I get 2 or 3 in a row. You know, just like bang, bang, bang. Then I won't have any type of return thing for months, and then all of a sudden, bang, bang, bang. It's like they come in phases.
Flippin' Goody says, I do not list items over $100 international. With international, if you do simple export, you don't have any insurance going overseas, but their insurance is very cheap. It's only $1.30 per $100. So if you have the insurance, you know, say you're selling something for $200, like $2.60, it gets damaged during shipment, it gets lost, whatever, so on and so forth. You know, you get paid for it. And if you have GSP, which I do everything GSP and simple export, it's up to the buyer if they want to pay all that crazy money or whatever. You know, then you're fully covered basically from the second it hits. I believe everyone sends to Kentucky, I believe, but you know, I send to Kentucky, it's covered, and I'm in good shape.
Yeah.
But don't be scared to sell, you know, expensive items overseas. You know, with simple export, just, you know, factor in that extra. I do $2. I charge $2 for insurance on every item, even if it's a $10 item, just to have that extra protection. Because I mean, I'm charging cheap shipping, There's no insurance, and it just covers me fully from A to Z. Sometimes I won't maybe buy it, but it just depends on the item. I'll just pocket the $2. If it's a shirt or something like that, I'm not going to buy insurance.
You know, well, like with this return here, with this, if they would have messaged decent right off the bat, I would have probably just refunded it and told them to keep it or throw it away or whatever. Because the first message was they were saying they couldn't get it to link to their phone. Then they sent another message saying that it wouldn't work. It wasn't compatible. Then they filed a return saying that the battery cover was broke. And then, you know, at that point, I was like, nah, send it back. You know, if they would have messaged me right off the back and said, hey, I got this, you know, it was new in a sealed box. Maybe it was defective. Clipping, they would have said, hey, this battery cover is broke. I'd have just refunded them the money. No big deal. Sorry, you know, I can send you another one. I can refund you the money. But I could tell right off the bat that they were trying to be stupid.
Yeah.
Otherwise, on those little items, it's not really worth my time, you know, to have them send it back and all of that. It's not really worth it. But when I know they're trying to pull one, then it's no.
Flippin Good says managed payments GSP not available. I thought they added that in with their recent spring update where you can do GSP with the managed payments now. So
from what I'm understanding, GSP is part of managed payments now. And I also just heard this morning that with managed payments, you can also have your shipping deducted out of your payment, so you don't have to pay for it out of PayPal or whatever and then wait to get that money back.
Yeah, I've done a lot of overseas shipping, especially considered what I do on eBay. I would say probably one of every 4 items, about 25% of my business is overseas. And I haven't had any items ever get returned yet. I had one person have an issue with the item, and eBay didn't force a return. So no worries so far. I haven't, knock on wood, no forced returns, no nonsense. So I have no nothing bad to say about anything international. I do have returns turned off, so that I have to prove them to get returned. So I mean, eBay's been pretty good with that, especially with that one situation I had.
Ken says buyers will say anything to return an item, accept it, and move on. Like I say, in a lot of cases, I will, and I don't even have them send it back. But when they're clearly a scammer, yep, I'm going to make it as hard as possible, because that's why those scammers do that, because they figure, oh, well, this is it's only a few dollar items, so they're going to find it not worth their time, and they run around, and then they go and do it to you next, and they do it to Nate next, and that's how they get all their shit.
Yeah. Like
I know they're trying to be shady. No, I'm going to make it as inconvenient as possible.
I had a guy tell me that the item that I sent got broken. Or no, it was packed beautifully. Like I really bubble wrapped and pillowed the heck out of this boombox. It went to Ohio, and then it got there. Supposedly the volume didn't work. So, you know, shaking and stuff does happen. It was tested because I tested and played with it. He said that he wanted me to give him a full refund. He couldn't get to the post office to return it. I told him about scheduling a pickup, so on and so forth. And then he said that with the refund, partial refund, he can get it fixed at an electronics shop. And I was like, well, if you can drive to an electronics shop, why can't you drive to the post office?
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a telltale sign of the BS meter.
Yeah,
that was a bad signal of some bullshit, baloney. That was some nonsense for sure.
I love catching Nate when he catches a whiff of BS too, because Nate don't play with it too. I'll call people out on their stuff.
I do. He's to get along with, but man, it's one thing I don't take well at all is just stupidity and nonsense. I don't have time for it. So it really just irks me really bad, especially at work. That's the only time you'll ever see me get like really upset is just through some just nonsense.
Yeah. So D says, I cannot find how to do shipping with managed payments. Mac just said earlier that it started. I can't find it.
There should be, I believe, there's a box that you check. I believe, if I remember.
Brittany shared a link here.
Okay. Like whenever you get to your label part,
Thanks,
there
Brittany.
could be something you should either click or you can put it in.
Where's your cow or whatever they call it? Is that what they call the face mask? The cow? There it is. There's BS on the horizon.
The bullshit is on the horizon.
This is a joke. Weird one.
Oh, there's another one.
I know. I was watching.
Awesome.
I was watching Bearded Picker this morning, and Dusty was on there, and he was the one that is saying now that when he went, I think he went to ship something, and he in his one store that had managed payments, it asked them, it had a box that asked him if he wanted to deduct shipping from the managed payments on this item or every item after this, which I guess just started. That's why I'm thinking about taking my one store and switching it over to managed payments just to run it through a test run. And it's the Prince by TBE store, so it's nothing that costs a lot to ship to start with. So I figure that's a good store to test run it on.
Yeah, it's a great idea, man.
So I might sign up for managed payments on that store today and then do an update in like 2 weeks on how it's went.
I wouldn't blame you there. I would totally do the same thing if I had the opportunity to have multiple stores, just to get used to it. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's something that is decent about Mercari is being able to get used to what it's kind of like to not have that money right away.
This one picker, I think I know the same exact guy that you said they sent someone to check it out or whatever. I can't remember who it was, but
I've heard that story before.
Yeah,
I might have heard it from Glenn. I don't know, because I watch a lot of Glenn whenever he does his lives. So Canada woke up for me, Nate.
Did it?
Yeah, I have like 3 or 4 sales just in the last like 8 or 9 hours in Canada.
You think with everything going on, even up there a little bit now, your situation should be a lot better.
Yeah,
people.
I'm okay with it because I'm getting like pretty much top retail dollar on the stuff I'm selling over there.
Yeah, right now today I'm at 191 with 14 sales so far today, which is a good start. I'm already at my like happy mark, basically.
Yeah. Looks like I sold a Switch game too in the US.
Sold here.
Amazon's been awesome for me lately.
Oh yeah, sold some stuff I had sitting around, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely invest a lot into Amazon as soon as this whole pandemic is done. I can start sending in toys and stuff like that.
You need to get ungated first, but
yeah,
should get ungated now. While you can pick something out, wait for it if you need to or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
And then because it all takes time, especially the approval for any category that you have an invoice with. So
Cliff says so. That's where all my sales are going. Sorry, Cliff. Honestly, though, man, like it, I like really. I'm rooting for this Canadian Amazon to take off because I would love to take a trip up to Canada, like every 2 months, and just drop off a van load of stuff.
You have to really look at your costs and everything and see what it's going to be like. To see if it's even worth it moving forward with everything that you got to do in time and everything.
Oh yeah, I know. I completely agree, dude. Even if I go up there like once a year, once every 6 months, like, cause I'm not concerned about the stuff selling out very fast with the high profit margin, dude. I'm getting like probably eBay margins on the stuff I'm selling over there on Amazon. That's like insane. You know what I mean? So like, I'm okay with it taking a little bit. Yeah, Kent saying hit some more of that jacuzzi time when I drop it off.
Right.
Speaking of jacuzzi time, here's my jacuzzi partner bringing me some
Phones are here.
McDonald's. Nice.
Hopefully,
Our new phones came in apparently.
hopefully your the fees, the storage fees would be the only other thing I'd worry about. So if it does move slow.
No.
Eric says you're gouging.
I'm gouging. What, on Amazon?
Better watch. The Canadians are come get you. Don't be gouging. Right, Eric?
Well, I mean, let's be real though. Like, you're technically gouging on everything you sell.
That's the crazy. That's the truth about reselling. I mean, if you think about it, I mean,
Yeah.
Everything I almost get is clearance or stuff that, just more popular on Amazon. And there's a huge demand for it. And,
Yep.
You also have to add in shipping. Like there's an item I'm selling right now that, it's $2 item, but, you add $7 shipping into it. And you add your profit into it. You got to make something for doing what you got to do. So,
Yep.
They say it's gouging, but it's supply and demand. Like they're making all those masks now and everything. Like, putting top priority. 3M's making I don't know how many thousands or million a day. But
Wes, what's up, man?
that's the name of the game. It's supply and demand. If I have a one-off special edition Atari that never was released, and I want $5,000 for it. Is that gouging too? You know what I mean? Well, it's worth that. And then some people say, oh, it's a pleasurable item versus an essential. It's the same same thing for the most part. Unless it's like, we're all gonna die because we need, like air. And I'm selling air at top dollar, and that would be different. Mukbang.
Yeah, that's true, Greg. We are all hoarding and price gouging simultaneously.
That's the name of the game. We repurpose, we fix, we put in better places where in some places it's just not popular, and we throw it up and we sell it. I mean, that's reselling. I mean, it's not the most beautiful thing. We're not liked by everyone, that's for sure. But, we do a service to everyone out there. Think of how many people in, California or China or whatever that was getting masks and hand sanitizer couldn't get it at all before.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what I'm selling on Amazon right now because I'm not, but you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, we're helping supply where it's needed. If it's needed and people are willing to pay that because it's not there and they need it so bad, then,
If it wasn't for my Canadian gouging, there would be somebody in Canada right now that wouldn't have the Kiss edition of Scooby-Doo.
the horror, the thought of it,
You know what a tragedy that would be?
right?
We're not doing anything that any other retail store isn't doing. Walmart and Target and your grocery store is not selling their shit for the price they're paying for it.
Right.
They're all buying it cheaper and marking it up.
Well, that's the thing too. Like even if you look at some of the retailers now, they're charging more for toilet paper and I'm sure hand sanitizer, which I haven't seen any in the stores, but you know, like they're all charging more money for this stuff now. You know, are they gouging now? You know what I mean? Like,
else has that DVD.
like it's like just because big company corporate businesses aren't doing it, you know, if they're not able to control the prices of everything, and we're now in position to make some really awesome money, then it's a crime almost. Like our DA's office is sending out cease and desist letters for people gouging on certain products or whatever, which I think is ridiculous in itself.
Well, like, look at Eric. Eric says, how about the price of medical care?
Exactly.
How many of you have been in the
That's
hospital?
gouging.
How many people of you have been in the hospital and looked at your medical bill at the end of your stay and paid like $18 for a Tylenol? One Tylenol.
Yeah. Or you got Kleenexes, they charge you $30 for a box of Kleenexes.
Hey, Dad.
You know.
It's just really, you know, they're throwing shade at it, but they shouldn't, because they should be happy that the general public of small businesses are making this money versus the corporations are now trying to capitalize on some of the stuff that they're getting in supply now.
Yeah.
Because the mass amounts of us, you know, or like I'm not full-time reseller, but like, you know, like Tommy is and Anthony is, and you know, they need this money to survive. So if they're able to make a little bit extra money because the other stuff's going to go up, you know, just to be able to get through this pandemic and everything, then more power to them. You know what I mean? Like we all take risks grabbing everything that you know we got, you know, we get. You know what I mean? Everything's a dice roll. And if that dice roll scores, then we should be able to score. No one buys it, then it's not a score, you know?
Right.
The Flippin.
Hey, Todd, good morning.
What's up? Sleepless Hustler said that Cam Newton just got traded.
Where are you traded to?
Yeah, where did he get traded to?
Hopefully not New England.
I guess New England. My guess is in New England. Or Miami. Those are my guesses. Oh, Cam was cut after 9 years. He was cut. The Carolina Panthers already said goodbye to Cam Newton. The team now made the split official. The Panthers released a former NFL MVP on Tuesday. Carolina announced last Tuesday that it had allowed Newton to seek a trade. Few potential landing spots, no leverage, and major questions about his health. Nothing materialized. The team moved on a week later, number one pick in the NFL draft, until he became a face of the Panther franchise, leading the Carolina 3 straight NFC South titles. So he got released. So where did he go?
I don't know.
I wonder where he went.
Hopefully, the mama's in the house.
Mama. I'm pumped about the Steelers getting Ebron, man.
What's that?
Pumped about the Steelers getting Ebron.
Yeah, I know.
They needed a good tight end. When Big Ben had a good tight end,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if Vance McDonald's still going to be with the team or not, but if we have both them guys,
Yeah.
you know, that's a passing attack in itself. Adding just Schuster and hopefully Washington. There's an article on NFL.com that says Hargraves ready to eat on the Eagles' attacking D-line.
It'd be a lot cooler if he'd have stayed in Pittsburgh for less, but I get it. I probably would have wanted payday too.
I don't see that as a big loss. He's a good player, but, you know, he tackles, they make all this crazy money, and you can get a young guy to come and fill the hole pretty quickly if you get an early enough round draft pick.
Fishing and Picking just said watching us open them cards took them back 25 plus years. We'd buy Tough Stuff and Beckett price guides monthly. Outside of eBay, does anyone know of a price guide for cards nowadays? I know Rev Resale shared cardboardconnections.com yesterday as a source for him to go and check out pricing and stuff like that. As far as like a book, like Beckett or whatever, I don't know that if there is. I mean, I'm sure there is one. I just don't know what it would be. It might still be Beckett.
Yeah,
But I got 2 more packs of cards yesterday, so got a football one and a basketball one. So we'll be doing those at some point.
I'm sure Beckett's still making price guides.
Yeah, I would be surprised if they're not. If somebody in the chat knows, feel free to throw it in there.
Might even probably do like an online subscription type base thing.
I was thinking about bringing on, a couple people that do pack opening channels. Like that's like what they do, and like they sell the cards. So I was thinking about bringing on a few of them that can teach us about making money on that kind of stuff, what to look for.
I'm on Beckett.com and they're talking about the Zion Williams rookie card guide and other notable early cards. If you're looking for a Zion Williamson rookie card, you have plenty to choose from the end of the basketball card season. I love pop-ups. Williamson enters the NBA with a lot of hype. He's the biggest rookie basketball since LeBron. Not surprisingly, those expectations carry over a lot of collecting world as well. Before the 2019-20 basketball card season was over, collectors by more than 20 Zion Williams rookie cards to choose from. While there are going to be significant demand for all of them, if the hype continues the way it is already, there will be a big price range. Entry-level sets will be more readily available and affordable. Collectors can expect others from high-end sets like National Treasures to come out with a limited print run, like things like autograph, premium memorabilia pieces. These will run thousands of dollars. Panini has an exclusive deal with the Ford that means they'll be the only company producing Zion Williamson cards and autograph cards. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Traditional Zion rookie card base cards found in the main set. There'll be plenty of other autographs, inserts, and parallels shape.
So what's up? So Tommy,
you could sell cards on Beckett too. You might want to check out.
Huh. Let me pull that up real quick.
It's actually pretty interesting. So there's price guides on here. Yeah, you have to subscribe now.
Oh, really?
For the price guide. There's a app for your phone, and you can add your collection in there. And there's like some kind of a Beckett free access, Beckett organized tool, pricing on the go, Beckett mobile app, access pricing for a single sport or get it all, sports access, pricing and checklist update daily, powered by the most source in the industry. But yeah, I don't know what these would run, but so if you got a 1-year subscription for web and mobile, it's $99 for a year.
Nice.
If you got the market data report card combo, then it's $144 for a year, or $11 a month if you want monthly. Market data report card. If you wanted all the sports, it's $327 a year. Holy cow!
Dang.
$35 a month if you got it monthly.
That's crazy. Do they buy cards off people on here?
There's a marketplace that they have on here. You can sell autographs.
I like finding those places that'll buy like bulk cards off you. You know what I mean? Like for 5 cents a piece or whatever they are. You know?
Yeah. They have a podcast. That's actually pretty cool. I wonder I wonder how you can get cards graded on there. You can trade and organize cards.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look into that.
So anybody's real big in the cards, like if Reb's in here, I'm sure he might want to check it out. It's pretty cool.
That's a good thing Brittany just said. With the 50,000 listings on eBay, that's a great time to sell a bunch of cards at a fixed price.
Merch for free. Gotta love the merch for sale.
Yeah, but Tommy, do you want to talk a little bit about the eBay help desk that you're doing?
Yeah, sure. It's just something that me and Destiny are doing together. We're gonna do it. We know we're gonna do it like twice a week. We're still kind of playing around with the days and times. Like today, we're gonna be live at 3:00. Reseller help desk. What I'm trying to do is gear towards basically the newbie reseller. You know, the ones that have the questions that they don't ask in a lot of chats because they don't want to appear dumb or like, you know, when I was beginning, I knew, or I felt that, you know, some of the questions I would ask, I feel like, wow, I'm going to look really stupid because I don't notice it's probably a super simple answer. And those are the people that I want to gear towards. And, you know, whether it's how to build a good listing, lighting suggestions, shipping questions. You know, I get a lot of people that message or call me with just generalized shipping questions, and shipping was one of the hardest things that I struggled with in the beginning, and I didn't really want to ask anybody about it because I didn't want to look dumb. So I'm gearing it towards the newbie seller or people that are thinking about getting into it. I call it the eBay reseller help desk. I use eBay because it helps with search rank, but you know, I'll cover other platforms that I know like Mercari. You know, I'm starting to dabble in OfferUp a little bit. We do have Etsy. I'm still learning Etsy. I'm not impressed. I'm actually thinking about closing it down and moving everything over to the Prince by TV store because Etsy's just not working for me. I don't know if it's the time or what, but yeah, it's just something. Destiny's real good at watching chat. She doesn't know a whole lot of the reseller answers, but she's good at keeping me on point so I don't skip over anything. So, and they're short. It's like a 45-minute video. It's not anything. It's not really a hangout, although that's what it's kind of been the last 2 times because, you know, still trying to get it out there. Yeah. But yeah, anybody that would have any questions resale related, you know, I'd be happy to answer what I know, and if I don't know it, I will get you an answer. I will do the research. Now, don't come and ask me, oh, how much should I sell this for? No, do your own research, do your own comps. But I mean, if you have a legit question or you're struggling with trying to figure out something, or you're just not sure, you know, how to build the good title, lighting help with photos, you know, anything you're struggling with, I'm just opening up myself in one place because I figure I can do that instead of getting 5-6 calls a day. Maybe if I can answer those same questions one time in a chat instead of 5 different times in messages and phones, you know.
It's a good idea.
Just a place for everybody to come together and you know, if one person's got the question, there's probably a handful of other ones that have it too. So yeah, that's basically what that's about.
Yeah, well, that's definitely a good concept, man. You're a good guy for that because you know so much about eBay, Mercari, and a lot of these other platforms that I think that's going to be real helpful in steering newbies in the right direction. I wish I would have had a resource like that whenever I first started. You know what I mean? To just be able to go and fire off questions and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you know, I don't think that any question is not worth answering or any question is too dumb or not important enough. You know, so I mean, don't be shy. Just ask away. You know, if I don't know the answer, I will do my best to get you an answer or steer you to somebody that does know. You come and ask me something about Amazon, I'm gonna have to send you to Nate. You know, but if I can answer it, I'll answer it. I'll find an answer, or I'll direct you to somebody that would have a good answer for you.
sure. Uncle B said that he's doing a live show, and I guess at 11:30. So we'll cut this off right before then, so that way everybody can run over to Uncle B's and show him some love, and just let him know that the ECOM Beyond crew sent you. Also, D Flippin Particles has a show at noon, so we always like to remind people about that because she does a great show. And also, it looks like it is Todd the Flippin Hustler's birthday, so very, very happy birthday to you, Todd.
Birthday, buddy.
Have a wonderful day, and hope everything is doing good for you guys over there in Minnesota. So, definitely happy birthday.
Sure.
Nate'll sing to you now. Nate's putting on his birthday suit for you real quick. I thought he was at least. All right, Nate, we're ready for that song. You want to put on like a birthday cake head or something?
Trying to find something. Come on, work. Oh, that ain't it.
I'm gonna mute for a second. I have to return this phone call quick.
Yeah, sure, no problem. We're gonna probably shut down here any minute anyway, Tommy.
Oh, well then I'll wait a couple minutes.
Okay. Well, if you need to make it, you can. That's completely fine.
All right.
But we definitely want to wish Todd a happy birthday. Make sure you guys show him some love. We're going to be back tomorrow on Nate's channel, 10 a.m. Anything either of you guys want to say before we shut it down?
Be on my channel tomorrow and see you tomorrow. Basically, I gotta go to work today and drop packages off. So all types of fun today. I'm sure Mr. Burns will be in rare form. So stay tuned tomorrow for a fantastic update with Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns. Yep, and Nate and I are probably going to get together and do some more cards sometime soon since I bought those cards. So keep an eye out for that. And 2 p.m. today, Hipflip and Momo and I will be live over on Flip and Hope for Bible study. So if you guys want to come over there and check it out, please come over, and we'd love to have you. But we appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here this morning. We hope you have an awesome day.
Take care. Peace.